everybody, welcome back to Miss Hoffman's Reading Corner. We've had a change in schedule, and instead of at 3 o'clock from now on, we will have our live virtual story time at 2:40, and it will end about 2:55, maybe a few minutes before 3. It certainly won't go later than 3 o'clock. This is to accommodate our new in-person schedule that's starting for some students next week as the district slowly fades us back into in-person learning. Yay! I get to see you guys in person. I'm so looking forward to it. So today, to continue our punctuation theme from Francie Preble yesterday, we're going to read Punctuation Takes a Vacation. And let's think about the word punctuation. If you see in the picture, we've got the 2 dots and a question mark and an exclamation point. We've got commas and quotation marks. Looks like we might even have a period in there. And a vacation is a trip when you get away. So can you imagine what would happen if all of our punctuation marks stopped doing their job and we didn't have punctuation for a little while? What might the world look like? So let's begin. Punctuation takes a vacation. Day after day, the punctuation marks showed up in Mr. Wright's classroom. Day after day, they did their job. Exclamation point, periods, talking marks, periods, more talking marks, there's some commas in there. They put up with being erased and replaced and corrected and ignored and moved around. Oh my, look. We've moved the exclamation point and switched it out for a question mark. And we've switched the period and the talking marks in the order. Oh my, that's a lot of moving around. Then, on the hottest, stickiest day the class had ever seen, right in the middle of a lesson about commas, Mr. Wright mopped his forehead and said, "Let's give punctuation a vacation." And, must have been hot. And here we go. They are off on vacation. What happens? Yippee! As the kids cheered and headed for the playground to cool off, the punctuation marks stared at one another in disbelief. They're shocked. What would they do on vacation? Oh my. Is this the thanks we get? Asked a question mark. Well, huffed an exclamation point. Now, said a comma. We should take a vacation, said a period. They'll soon learn how much they need us. It's 11 o'clock now, said a colon. Let's leave at 11:02. Great, said an exclamation point. Don't leave without us, yelled the apostrophes. Remember the apostrophes? It's lots of fun. Whoosh! Punctuation rushed out the door. Blah, 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 yakety yak. Whoosh! They rushed back to grab the quotation marks, who were too busy talking to pay attention. Uh-oh, they almost missed out on a vacation, but look, their friends came back and got them. So now the talking marks, look, yakety yak, blah, 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 the talking marks. And here we go, out the door and into the sky. Where shall we go? When Mr. Wright's class returned from the playground, they couldn't wait to find out what happened in Chapter 4 of their book, Ace Scooper, Dog Detective. Mr. Wright opened his mouth to read aloud, but then he stopped and stared. This is weird. The punctuation is missing. Uh-oh, where could it be? Yikes. Maybe punctuation took a vacation. We are in a big trouble now. Oh my, that sentence certainly is hard to understand without the punctuation. Where do we breathe? Who does the talking? Oh my, oh my, oh my. Mr. Wright was right. Nothing made sense without punctuation. Do you miss us? How much? Why couldn't we take a vacation sooner? Guess who? Mr. Wright's class, Hometown, USA, 46738. Who do you think wrote this postcard with all the question marks? Who might say, guess who? A couple of days later, the school secretary delivered a small bundle of postcards to Mr. Wright's class. They were postmarked, Take a Break Lake. We flop, we plop, we stop, we stay put in our lounge chairs. We are happy thinking our complete thoughts. Thoughtfully yours, Sentence Stoppers. Mr. Wright's class, Hometown, USA, 46738. See, this one says, Dear friends, swimming, sailing, sunning, soaring, water skiing. Next time we must remember to bring bug spray, toothpaste, flashlight, water shoes. Sincerely, list makers. Which punctuation mark do we use in list? I'll give you a hint. It's on this postcard. Technical difficulty there. On this postcard, let's see. Dear friends, swimming, sailing, sunning, soaring, water skiing. What punctuation mark do we see? Swimming, comma? Oh, I bet you the list makers are the commas. Greetings to Mr. Wright's class. The postcard doesn't take the place of a letter. If anybody takes the place of a letter, that's us. It's our job. We know we're possessive, but that's the way we are. Don't forget us while we're gone. Substitutes. Mr. Wright's class, Hometown, USA. Which punctuation mark is the substitutes? That can take the place of a letter and it's also possessive. That's the apostrophes. And also, in our picture, we see the commas, skiing, sailing, boating, and here they are, sunning. And let's see, do we see our apostrophes anywhere? I see some talking marks. The substitutes. I don't see the substitutes in this picture, or maybe that's one of the substitutes. Kids, writing this on schedule at 1:15, yummy lunch at 11:55, going swimming at 3 o'clock sharp, the timekeepers. Which punctuation mark is the timekeepers, folks? It's the colon, or known as the dot dot. And here it is, the dot dot that we see in time, the timekeepers. Wow, what a ride! You should try tubing. Scary, fun, yikes! Hold on, we want mommy! Emotional us. Who sent that postcard? It's the exclamation points. Yay! And here they are. They're so excited. And I bet you it's this exclamation point that said that we want mommy. And here's the timekeepers, the colon. And here's another colon, keeping time for lunch. Let's see. I don't see a period on this one, though. Not on this page. Maybe period will be on another page. The kids guessed who wrote the postcards, just like we did. And they wanted to write back, but they couldn't write without punctuation. The best they could do was borrow some from Mr. Wrong's class next door, where punctuation seemed to be running wild. Oh my, let's see. Oh, here's a period that's bouncing over a colon with commas in the air and apostrophes way up here, and another colon and a question mark and exclamation points juggling, and lots more talking marks. Oh my. My. Mr. Wrong Goes class definitely has punctuation running wild. Dear punctuation, please come back. We need you. We miss you too. Like that? School is difficult without you. We can't do reading, writing, or riddles without punctuation. Chapter 4 of our book, Ace Scooper, doesn't make sense. We will never take punctuation for granted again. Won't you please come back before 10 space 00 on Friday? Mr. Wright says Punctuation, please come home. Sincerely, Mr. Wright's class. Oh my, look at all the punctuation errors in this letter. The punctuation certainly is running wild. In fact, it makes it so very hard to understand because when reading, we don't know whether to pause or to stop or to keep going. We don't know whether we're asking or telling or excited. It's so very hard without the punctuation. Mr. Wright's class. Punctuation, take a break, Lake. Urgent. Hurry. Number 2 pencil. Oh, well, we're mailing the letter off. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. And so the punctuation marks returned to Mr. Wright's class. Mr. Wright's classroom to do the jobs that only they could do. Oh, they're coming back from vacation. Yay! Mr. Rongo's unruly punctuation scrambled back to their own classroom. Oh, thank heavens, because that unruly punctuation was so difficult. We have so much to tell you. Who did you miss the most? Aw, what nice talking marks. Period, question mark. Oh, it's good to be back in Mr. Wright's class, from the exclamation point. Commas, periods, exclamation points, question marks, colons, apostrophes, quotation marks, take your places. 10 o'clock a.m., time to study us. Yay, punctuation is back and on schedule. Hooray for punctuation! And here, in case you were wondering, are the punctuation rules. Quotation marks belong at the beginning and end of words a person speaks. The question mark comes at the end of a question. Use a comma to separate each item in a series or list. A comma also separates 2 complete thoughts in a sentence. Use an exclamation point after a word or sentence that expresses strong feelings. An apostrophe takes the place of a letter and changes 2 words into 1 word. An apostrophe is used with the letter S to show ownership or possession. The colon lets you know what time it is. It separates the big guys, hours, from the little guys, minutes. The period is the stop sign at the end of a sentence or complete thought. It's also used in abbreviations. And that, oh, no, 1 more page. They're talking some more. Here we are. Punctuation marks work together to make reading and writing flow smoothly. Mr. Wright said, comma, quotation mark, thank you very much, end quotation mark, when we gave him a t-shirt from Take a Break Lake. And look, there's his t-shirt, Take a Break Lake. And our question mark friend says, did anybody find my missing flip-flop? Where could it be? That's question marks flip-flop? I didn't know. It's in my suitcase. Oh, and see the periods telling? I collected shells, stones, blisters, pine cones, feathers, and bug bites. It was so fun, but I am so tired. And that's from Comma, who made a list of everything he collected. Hey, look! Great photos of us at Take a Break Lake, from an exclamation point. This photo is of me, period. I stopped 2 sentences from crashing into each other at the corner of Bay Street and Lake Avenue. And remember, periods are also used for a complete thought or for an abbreviation. Gosh, it's 2:15. Time to return the library book I took on vacation. And this is from the colon, our time-telling punctuation. And those were all of our punctuation marks in the story. Punctuation takes a vacation. And they took Bon Voyage Air in their airplane. Hi, friends. I see someone just joined me, and I'm so very glad to have you here.
Did you start early?